Jesus, I found my light. With Jesus by my side, I conquer every fight. Walking in faith, I won't be afraid. His love surrounds me, my fears will fade. Hope is my anchor, love is my guide. With Jesus I'll overcome, I'll never hide. A warrior of strength, in His name I rise. In a world of chaos, His love never dies.
She's an award-winning author, speaker, owner of GodlyGranny.com, and podcast host, sharing the truth with you. This is The Michelle Moore Show.
Hello, everybody. You're not in the wrong place. This is the Michelle Moore Show, but as you can see, I'm not Michelle Moore. I'm Eve, and today she has loaned me her chair and producer Ron, which says one of two things. She's either fairly confident that you guys and me are going to figure this out, or she's either temporarily lost her mind. Either way, we'll know in just a little bit. Thank you for having me in your home today. And thank you, producer Ron, for trying to get me ready for the show. The fun part was realizing I wasn't going to be able to read from my notes the way I normally do. So I'm just actually going to have a conversation. So please pull up a chair if you want to, get a pad and a pen, because we're going to do a lot of note taking today. And you're going to get to ask a lot of questions. One thing I do want you to know, I'm not allowed to give medical advice. Michelle's not allowed to give medical advice. The Michelle Moore Show doesn't give medical advice. We step right up to that curb and we will help you the best we can, but that's something that we can't cross over. In the meantime, let's get started because I am so thrilled to be here. One of the first things I love to do is read testimonials. Now, I think I said this on a previous show. When we get off a show, I literally take that time to go in and read what you're saying about the products that Michelle's making. And I have to tell you before we read Nana's, you guys get to see Michelle on an almost daily basis. I get to talk to her on a daily basis. So you see what you see on the screen. I get to see her behind the scenes. And I wish that I could get her permission sometimes or get Ron to sign off on a permission slip to follow her around the factory, to follow her around the granny shack, and let you see exactly what a day in the life of Michelle Moore is like. Because I know that it is prayer, research, more prayer, reading what you guys want, more prayer, more research, reading what you guys need. The fun part today, you're really going to realize you and I are helping Michelle build Godly Granny in real time. That's what makes this different. She's not buying somebody else's products, right, and putting her name on them. She sits down with John and I, and meticulously we formulate products. Now, here's the other thing that a lot of you may not know. When she makes a product, she makes sure everything is fully concentrated. What that means for you is you get more bang for the buck. The other thing is she's always saying, you know, Eve, what can we add? Is there anything that we can add to make this product do a second thing or a third thing? You know, we are very appreciative of economics, and we know that you save up to get certain things to make sure that your household and your body is using the cleanest ingredients possible. So we want to make sure when we formulate something, it'll work for every member of the family. It'll work for every type of skin, and hopefully it will do 2 or more things. That way, when we tell you about building a wellness medicine cabinet, you know, that's non-big pharma medicine, because, you know, God's plants, God's herbs, all of that is what he put here to be our medicine, that in his word. When we teach you about building that for your home, whether or not you're a prepper, whether you're just setting some things aside, whether you live alone or you live with someone who may not be of the mindset that all of big pharma is bad and that all of their products are bad and full of toxins, all we ask you to do is, if you're new, suspend disbelief for a second. You wouldn't be here if you didn't feel like something was wrong with what's going on out there in the world. Number 2, Michelle has been on long enough. Godly Granny's been open 2 years now, coming up on 2 years. And the amount of reviews and 5-star reviews, vetted reviews, not something she's putting up there, Ron's putting up there, I'm putting up there, of people whose lives are literally changed by pain relief, by sleeping through the night, by being able for their kids to focus on a test if they've got ADHD. And what we're going to talk about today, going back to school, and for a lot of teachers, that means going back to work, is what we bring to the toolbox, which is immunity, better sleep, day focus, stress relief, how to put that into a working plan for you and your family based on what you need, and then any questions that you might have for me today while I'm here sitting in this revered chair. So let's begin. First, I want to talk about the reviews. The first one is from Nana. Now, this is about the collagen serum, which was the second serum that Godly Granny debuted. It's one of my favorites. I love mixing the collagen serum and the blue-green algae serum, which are the first two. I do a lot of two-first. You can't go wrong with any of the products that Godly Granny makes, but I love putting the blue-green algae serum and the collagen serum together because I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm getting all of the minerals of the blue-green algae, and I'm getting everything the collagen does for wrinkles and for holding up the scaffolding that is the skin to tell it to stay pulled taut over the frame. And Nana obviously agrees because she says that she's been using this product for over a year now in the morning, and her face looks and feels softer. Amazing. Thank you, Nana, for writing in and sharing that with us. The second one, now this is so funny. Michelle said, be sure you tell the story. So one day she said, I've got some products that aren't being ordered. And I said, well, it's probably because we didn't talk about it on today's show. Well, then there got to be too many products to talk about on every show. So I told her, I said, why don't we do this? Why don't you let every member of the Granny Show, including yourself, put together your very favorite things and call it a mystery box? And she said, nobody's going to buy a mystery box. I said, everybody will buy a mystery box because, number one, it's fun to not know exactly what you're getting. Two, it's even better when it's from someone you trust who fills it full of the best things possible. And three, it gives you an excuse to try things you probably wouldn't otherwise buy. And that has worked out beautifully. I can't tell you how many reviews I've read where people came in and said, I would never have ordered such and such if it hadn't been in my mystery box, and now I can't live without it. So Cindy D says, I was so excited to open my mystery box. It was packed with most products I had not tried yet, and the little gift bags are just adorable. Doesn't that sound like Michelle? The week after I opened my box, got the flu or something like it. The second night I was sick, I remember Braylon had included the allergy, cold, and sinus bath salt soak. I ran a bathtub full of water with this soak and slept so well that night. The next morning, I felt so much better. Thank you, Braylon, for your sweet note and your thoughtfulness handpicking these items. I love everything. Much love and gratitude, Cindy, Fly Girl. Thank you for that, Cindy. It's so exciting when you guys think, well, it's obvious that I will get something for pain relief. And maybe I've got terrible sinuses, but, I just wouldn't order something, an allergy, cold, and sinus salt soak or a bath bomb or a Foot Fizzy or a sprinkle for myself. And this gives you the opportunity to try that. And I think that you're going to find that as we move forward and these mystery boxes grow and change, if you want something special and you want a little bit of a hint of surprise and know that it's money well spent, get yourself a mystery box because these have gone over great. And next up, this is a great one for today. This is about the Patricia S. At 76 years old. This is a wonderful product. Oh, how I love this one. Buying it for 2 gifts this Christmas. Would love to put it on all of my skin. It glows and I get comments on it. I am 76 years old at a UGA football game. At least she's at the right football game. She didn't say which side she was on, though. All about them dogs. A young lady stopped me and asked about my facial skin. That is wonderful. 76 years old. Thank you, Godly Granny and Michelle Moore. I have listened to your show for years. What a blessing. I also love your testimony so much. Well, today, Patricia, that testimony was yours. Go dogs. And then next up, we've got Denise. Incredible results. I woke up yesterday morning at 4:15 a.m., sneezing nearly nonstop and with a terrible runny nose. I had a busy day, so just pushed through it. By late afternoon, I was totally done in. Girl, please. Then I remembered all my Godly Granny products. I took 30 drops of the oregano tincture, a teaspoon of bee pollen, slathered on some allergy, cold, and sinus body balm, and set my wave watch to immune response support. I woke up this morning feeling 100%. One day, Wow. All these products work so well. Thank you to the team at Godly Granny. Thank you, Denise. Thank you for sharing that, because what some of you may not realize is that when you take the time to go in and leave a review, which I hope you'll do even during the show today, that a lot of times you guys find a use for a product that we hadn't thought of, and it helps somebody else, in advancing what they've got going on in their home and saving money if they find out that the allergy, cold, and sinus sometimes helps headaches and things like that. Another way to use it. Now, before we get into the products we're going to talk about today, I want to tell you a few things. I call them housekeeping, clean housekeeping, about Godly Granny products that you may not know. First of all, when we use water in a product, it's gone through 9 filtration stages. That is unheard of in this industry. Most people go through 1 or 2. We take it through 9 to make sure it's the best water possible. And we don't use water in every product. The other thing is that Godly Granny is a slow melt factory. So competitors, they don't make money till they push a product out the door. So when they want to do a skin silk type shea body butter, they throw in a brick of shea, they turn up the heat, they scald it, they melt it down, they stir it, cool it, put it in a jar, out the door. Godly Granny doesn't do that. Godly Granny takes 2 days to slow melt a shea block brick down. And the reason that she does that is she wants to make sure that not a single good ingredient or terpene or botanical essence or anything is cooked out in the making of these products. So they're small batch. They get to you very quickly. They are made to order. They have a long shelf life. The frequency's been protected. The herbs and botanicals have been protected. And when you get them, you know this because you open the jar. Think about how many times you've saved up. You read something on Amazon or Costco or Sam's website, and you saved up and you bought it, and you get it and you open it, and you can tell it's old. You can tell that it doesn't smell good. It doesn't feel good. All of that, some of that stuff's been sitting on the shelf an average of 6 months in pharmacies and 2 years in big box stores. That's how long something's been sitting there. See, we don't do that. Granny makes sure everything is done fresh. Everything's done right the first time. And when you get it and open it, the satisfaction of daring to believe that somebody could tell the truth in advertising. Just that one last, I'm going to try it one more time because she seems like a good person, right? And you get it. And it looks good, and it feels good, and it smells good, and we back it, and we make sure you understand how to use it, when to use it, where to use it, what to use it with. There's just nothing like actually having somebody keep a promise anymore. I think about it all the time. She called me today and she just wowed me. She said, I want to do this and this. 2 things I'd never thought of. And I thought of everything. She's like, no, I want to do this. And I wanted to also do this. And I want to be in this kind of container. And she's already done all the due diligence. She's just expecting us to formulate it as clean as humanly possible. There's not another brand out there doing that. I'm telling you, and I know because I know the brands. I know the formulators. I know the ingredients. I know where these ingredients are sourced from. I know the care that goes into that. When you guys write in and you have a question, a lot of times she knows the answer. She's been doing this long enough now. And if she doesn't, she'll call me or she'll text me and we will walk through it together. This is where we sourced it from. This is how we sourced it. We know the farmer. We give back to that community. There's no child labor. There's no sweatshops. You don't have to worry about any of those things. And the beauty on your side is the product lasts a long time. And no matter what size container it's in, it's always more than you thought because it was concentrated, right? And it has multiple uses and it's good for everybody in the home. So that's what's so beautiful. Sometimes people will hop on a show and they'll say, oh man, I need to clean up, my food. I need to clean up the water. I need to clean up the air in my home. I need to do this. I got to throw away all my shampoos and conditioners and my makeup and my hairspray and my deodorant. And yes, you do need to do all those things. What we're not here to do is frighten you into doing it all at once. I have a homeopathic doctor. She doesn't even like to be called doctor anymore. And she said to me the other day, she said, any improvement's an improvement, isn't it? And I got to thinking about it. Any improvement is an improvement. And what they're doing to us, the onslaught in the environment between the chemtrails and the water and the food and all of it is an onslaught. And we know that. And it's real easy to get despondent and say, what is the point? Organic's not organic. There's no organic police. This, that, and the other. Any good change is a good change, isn't it? So if your finances, I'm just being transparent, if your finances are so that you don't know where to begin, the good news is you can't go wrong. Pick one area of your life, just one, whether it's all natural deodorant, whether it's all natural shampoo and conditioner, preferably something you use a lot daily, a bar of soap, something that cleans the dishes, something that cleans your laundry. You know, it a lot depends on, do you have a baby in the house? You might want to start with laundry. Okay. You can do that now. I told her the other day, I said, you're not only becoming Costco, you're the holistic Costco. How wonderful to be able to go to somewhere and, number one, know that the ingredients that are on the jar are actually what's in it. I can't tell you how many times we've reverse engineered things, and that's not even remotely true. And you're getting what you pay for, which is what I love. The other thing is I see who her competitors are and I see what they're charging. I can't say enough about her and her vision. And that includes Ron. And that includes Michelle's whole family. And the care and concern that goes into everything. And she'll call me on it. You know, if she thinks that I'm busy and I didn't give a good enough explanation, she will back me up and I got to start all over. I've never seen anything quite like it. She is a sponge. And she, for 2 years, we've talked almost daily, sometimes multiple times a day. And she just drinks it up. And it's questions everything. So she does that before we launch anything with her name on it. Now, my husband and I have been doing this for a very long time. Michelle's been doing it for 2 years, and she's done more to clean up in 2 years than people I know that have been doing this a lifetime. I know the Michelle Moore Show is her calling. I know being a Christ follower is her calling. I know being a mother and about to be a mother-in-law and one day a grandmother and a friend is her calling. But you're her calling. And she takes it so personally. And she should. I don't think you would get on another live with a formulator and feel the passion that I feel when I talk about her and what she's done and what she's trying to do. And if you only knew what was coming, if you only knew how far ahead of the game she is and how good you could feel about it. Anyway, didn't mean to get off on a tear there, but I think it's important that you know who she is through my eyes and the people that I've worked with in the past, and how she just gets it. She just gets it. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so proud of what we've accomplished and what Godly Granny has become and what it's going to do and what today it's going to do for you. So let's talk about back to school, because she told me to keep it short. I'm a preacher's kid. I don't know how to keep anything short, right? So today we're going to talk about, I forgot one other thing. Ron, can you pull up Beauty Boot Camp? Got off on a tear there. Is she pretty? I'd give anything to have her curly hair. She's so pretty to me. Anyway, the Godly Granny Beauty Boot Camp and Wellness Retreat with the bamboo toilet paper. No, I'm not kidding. It's going to be so clean. It's going to be so clean. Now, there are only 5 tickets left. 5. And I imagine they'll be gone after this show today. So if you have not yet bought a ticket to Godly Granny's Beauty Boot Camp, which is the first weekend in October in beautiful Tennessee, and you get to come meet Godly Granny, and you get to come meet me unfiltered, because she did remind me twice that today was a family show, because sometimes I forget. But you can come live and ask us anything you want to. And we truly hope you will. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be frivolous, and it's going to be fabulous, and it's going to be educational, and it's going to be a lot of hugging, a lot of laughing, maybe a little crying as we get in there and we start solving each other's problems through the power of the Holy Spirit, where 2 or 3 are gathered together. That's where we're going to be. So if you have not yet bought a ticket, or you want someone to go with you, or you want to give a gift to someone, please do that, because this is going to be a true once in a lifetime experience. And her beautiful new daughter-in-law is going to be there, Jocelyn. Braylon's going to be there. You're going to get to meet her. Jocelyn's going to be really teaching everybody how to be beautiful. My only job is to keep you alive as long as I can, as clean as I can. And today we're going to start that off by talking about immunity. Godly Granny's got so many wonderful immunity products. Now, in my area of the country, kids have gone back to school. I don't know whether yours have or not, but I will tell you that's when everything changes. So let's talk about immunity, not just for the kiddos, but for the parents, the grandparents, the teachers, the homeschoolers, everybody that involves, because it's very important. The thing that I love when I first talked to Michelle about Granny Goo, which is a fun name for bath slime, she's like, oh, it's cute and it's all that, and I know it'll make somebody take a bath, but what'll it do? I'm like, what do you mean, what'll it do? She's like, what'll it do? I said, well, get them clean. She's like, what will it do besides get them clean? And I said, well, we can make it so that it's a body wash, a shampoo, a conditioner, a moisturizer, and if you want them to be products with purpose, well, she wants them to be products with purpose. We can throw in an immunity boost. We can throw in vitamin C. We can help put them to sleep with ashwagandha and passion flower. We can help, and that will even help with stress. She's got them in first fruit. She's got them in so many things. So think about the last time that you had an easy time getting your little one or your grandchild to take a bath without a million toys and a ton of water on the floor. Now, I don't think if you call little Timmy over and say, I want to talk to you about your wellness choices, you're going to get very far with that bath. However, you bring out bath slime called Granny Goo with purpose, and you got something going on. Let's look at the first one, immunity boost. So everything that's in this jar, and that's a big 12-ounce jar, and remember it's concentrated, so you just put a little on wet skin or a puff or, whatever that they're using, a wash rag, anything like that. A little goes a long way. Remember, it's shampoo, it's conditioner, it's body wash, it's a moisturizer, and it is full of things like elderberry, echinacea, zinc. Now, I've had people in the past tell me, well, you're just washing off. You can't do anything with a product that you're washing off. Girl, if I can do a lot with a bar of soap, you should see what I can do with some Granny Goo, because that's going to be on their skin in a minute. And you remember 80% of what goes on the skin goes in the skin, and 60% gets in the bloodstream. So you better know your product maker, and you better know your products. This is something that I promise you will become a nightly routine. They won't mind getting in the bath, and they won't mind shampooing their hair and actually putting soap in it this time, real soap. That's what Granny Goo is about. Okay, next up, Ron, we've got the Granny Goo Sleep Bath Slime Soap with ashwagandha and passion flower and some soft lavender. Again, those colors are all natural. She asked me the other day about mica because somebody said they heard mica was bad. Mica's not bad. Mica comes from the earth. It depends on where you get the mica and if you add anything to the mica. Godly Granny only sources mica from South America because everybody else gets theirs in India, and that they use child labor to mine that out of the earth. We are very careful not to do that. So when you see mica on the back of a product by Godly Granny, you know that it's safe to use. And that's where the color comes from, and the color washes right off, so you don't have to worry about that. But the ashwagandha and the passion flower and the lavender is going to help lull your little one off to sleep. It's also really great for stress if they've had a bad day and they just are acting out and they're overstimulated. Put them in a bath with this. It's some wonderful stuff. Again, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, moisturizer. Next up. Now, this one is the Focus Blend. This is my favorite. Anybody got a kid or grandkid with ADHD or a few of them? I've got 9 grandkids. I'm not going to tell you how many I suspect have that, but I will tell you that this helps. And of course it will, because it's got vitamin D3 with the magnesium. It's got vitamin K2. It's got functional lion's mane mushroom, which is wonderful for the brain. Instead of giving them a stimulant, put them in the bath with this. And you'll say, well, they have a bath at night. That's fine. This lasts. This goes in the bloodstream. If they're morning people, listen, adults can use this too. It's the same strength. So if you've got a big meeting and you're not ready, Use this up. I love Granny Goo. There's no age limit on Granny Goo. And the magnesium, the vitamin D3, the lion's mane, the guarana, all those wonderful things are in this. It's a lot better than your kid having an equivalent of some medication that's going to try to mess with their vibration and their frequency so that they can pay attention. There's no stimulants in here that's not a natural God-given stimulant, and it's safe for adults. And it smells so good. This is one of my favorite things she has. It's in something that we call Avo Bath. It's a little fruit. It's a little spa. It's light. It's lovely. Okay. Thank you, NH Mama. Next up, we've got the Allergy, Cold, and Sinus Granny Goo Bath Slime Soap. Now, this is my very favorite because for years now, I've had sinus issues. You know, I live in the pollen capital of the world. So my grandkids, this goes missing for them all the time, and I'm afraid I'm the guilty party here. It smells so good. There's no scent. There's no man-made scent in here. It's eucalyptus globulus essential oil, which is wonderful not only for sinuses, but sinus headache, for aches and pains, for sore throat, for cough, for fever, all of that. So if your little one is coming home clogged up, snotty nose, coughing, sore throat, been around germs, this is perfect for that. And again, shampoo, conditioner, moisturizer, good for adults. You can't go wrong with it. And then Godly Granny's probably most well-known part of her factory, which is the first fruits. Can I see those wrong? So she also wants to make sure you got a tall glass of vitamin C with the first fruit lemon, lime, and orange. And I'm curious, you know, we talk about how what she launches first is usually turns out to be the most popular. And that, of course, was the lemon. And everybody who doesn't like lemon. And this is real lemon now, by the way. That's lemon fruit oil and peel extract in there. That's sure enough vitamin C. That's not some man-made vitamin C. And then the orange is from blood oranges and tangerine mix. And the lime is a literal Tahitian lime. Now, I'm just curious over here in the comments if you have a favorite. Mine is lime. My husband likes lemon. My daughter likes the orange. So I'm just curious what you like. But again, this is great for adults too. Perfect for immunity because you are packing the body, you are packing the scalp with real vitamin C. So that's Granny Goo. And that's just the kids portion of it. Now, adults can use it too. But think about how much easier it's going to be to put a nightly routine in with them, whether it's stress, whether it's sleep, whether it's immunity, whether you want them to have some vitamin C, whether it's allergy, cold, and sinus. This is a perfect time. And not only that, you think about this, you think about coming up for Christmas. Those make wonderful stocking gifts if you celebrate Christmas. Okay, next up, we are going to talk about back to school is not just notebooks and pencils. Children sitting in front of a screen, they're tired. Okay, I don't know at what age you gave your kid or grandkid a tablet or a phone, but all that blue light came on. They're exhausted, and then they go to school. And the pressures of maybe a new school, certainly a new grade, new friends, new societal pressures, more homework, new subjects, all of that comes into play. And I need you to understand something. A healthy tomorrow starts tonight with how good you sleep. Because if you aren't sleeping well or your little one's not sleeping well, nothing else matters. If you are dog tired, there's only so much even healthy and clean products can do for you. So let's start establishing that early. And let's talk about things to help us relieve stress and get to sleep. Ron, can I have some night products up to talk about? If you have not tried our Magnesium Boost Night Bar Soap, you are missing out. What I love about bar soaps in general and essential oils and things like that is when your body is warm is when your pores are most open and receptive. And when I lather up, I like to leave things on my skin for at least a minute, 2 if I can, because it really soaks into your bloodstream that way. This is a beautiful bar of soap. I don't know anybody else in the world doing a magnesium bar soap. Hardly at all, much less that has vitamin D3, vitamin K2. This one's got ashwagandha. It's got chamomile. It is so pleasant, and it smells like a very light lavender and spearmint essential oil blend, which is just heavenly. So use this at night. It's okay. Hold the bar up under your nose, inhale in and out. I do that a lot. Or soap your hands up, cup over your nose in your mouth, and just breathe deeply for up to 60 seconds. Because what you may not know about essential oil blends is the molecules are so small that when they get through the skin layers, they go through all 7 layers of skin, just so you know. And that's without humectants. And there are humectants in this bar that pull ingredients into the skin and seal it there. So essential oil molecules are so small that they cross the blood-brain barrier in 120 seconds. And this bar just smells, whether you like lavender or don't like lavender, you will like this bar of soap because it's real lavender and it's got a little real iced spearmint in it. It's absolutely lovely. Okay, next up. Oh my goodness, the night cream. What can I say about the night? Actually, I have this night cream beside my bed right now. Her PM blend. When you've got pain, and I'm 63, I'm about to be 64, I have shoulder pain. I have wrist pain and I have elbow pain. So I don't go to sleep at night without Godly Granny, either this one or the Terminator pain cream. Love them both. Sometimes mix and match them, because I can. I mix 2 of them together all the time. And I put them where it hurts. I put it on the bottom of my feet. It's got the, largest pores of the body, so it soaks everything up to the body like a straw. I put it in the belly button because you've got 73,000 blood vessels directly under the belly button and around it that goes to every body extremity, right? I put it on the back of my neck where my backbone and spine starts so that it will get in through the muscle and the sinew that way. And then again, I rub my hands together, even for the night blend, and breathe in and out for up to 60 seconds. Now, because I am hearing impaired, I am totally deaf in the left ear, and I have ringing that's called tinnitus or tinnitus. It can be very bothersome. Well, for 2 decades before I knew better, I was taking citalopram to deal with it so I could go to sleep at night. Well, when we started making the magnesium a couple of years ago, I found out that very quickly I was able to get off of it completely. And I was on serotonin for sleep. It was a very strong sleep med. I don't take either one of those anymore. I don't have to. Now, in the beginning, my body is what I would call full of medical imbalance. And I didn't know if it was going to work. And if it did, I didn't know how long it was going to take for this to take over Seroquel or to take over Trazodone or those other things they had me on. But it was not long at all. It was just a couple of weeks. And now it's a nightly ritual. And, I had my blood drawn. Can't wait to tell Michelle this. I had my blood drawn 6 weeks ago, maybe now. And I had not had that done in years. And my magnesium levels were perfection just from topical. And I think it's important that you guys realize that. So this is safe for your kids as long as your baby's over 18 months old. You can put this on your baby. Everything else should be supplemented with a mother's milk. Your kiddos can't sleep. Sometimes I call this happy gel or happy cream, and my grandbabies will line up for me to coat the bottom of their feet with it when they come over because I want to make sure that they take a nap. This is perfect for that, and it's strong enough for adults. And the thing that I love the most about Godly Granny Magnesium, instead of taking a magnesium by mouth, and I'm not telling you to stop doing that. If you are doing that, I'm just asking you, why would you? You're getting 7 to 10% of any benefit if it really is magnesium, and you're losing most of it to a laxative effect. You don't have to do that with it. You're getting 80%. It's very important. There's 3,500 milligrams of magnesium in this jar. And most people that make magnesium, they use the wrong kind of magnesium. We use the correct kind, which is the citrate. We also know that it will not work without without vitamin D3 and vitamin K2, which other people don't seem to know. So that's put in here too. So it is the perfect balance to put you to sleep. Next up, you can also get it in the 2-ounce tube. So it's great to throw in a backpack, overnight bag. If your kid's going to spend the night party, you might want to let the other mother have a heads up or not, because that may be missing when they come home. This is perfect for that. Magnesium Boost Night Cream. Next up, the mini stick. Oh my word, you guys have fallen in love with the mini sticks. Every day she's like, what else can we put in a mini? And I'm like, well, what else do you want in a mini? And wait till you see what's coming. These are perfect. They're 0.5 ounce. It's wonderful to throw in a travel bag, in your purse, in your husband's briefcase, wherever that's needed. And it is just as good as putting the cream on the bottom of your feet. But you put it in the same places. You can put it here. You can put it here, back of your neck, belly button, bottom of your feet, below your hands. Inhale 60 seconds, out like a light. Next up. Magnesium boost stress relief bar. So I don't know anybody who don't need this. So mothers especially. Now, what you need to know about our magnesium too, it's also safe if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. I'll, make sure that you ask your powers that be, your doula or whatever you're using, but it's safe for that. This is going to help replace some of what you're missing. This is also going to give the kids can use this, ashwagandha and passion flower to fall asleep. And this is pure lavender essential oil, French lavender essential oil, which is lavender and angustifolia. In case you are keeping tabs there, if you want to look that up, what that can do for you, this is lights out. So if you don't want to try a cream yet, start here and learn to power down. Now, don't go bathe in this bar of soap and then go pick up your phone and keep doom scrolling, okay? I'm actually giving you a win-win here. Next up, the cream. This is so good. This is so good. I would tell you that leave this in your car, but I wouldn't do it in the summertime. But this is not something you want to ever leave the house without. What I love about this is there's different levels of stress, right? There's realtor stress. There's formulator stress. There's grandma stress. There's mother-in-law stress. There's taxes stress. There's all kinds of stress. The nice thing about this is it's the edge off even if you're having a panic attack. It's the edge off if you're having deep anxiety. And it's powerful enough for every age. And it's also great for every skin type. There's nothing in here that's going to rankle you if you've got sensitive skin. I have situational awareness issues because I can't hear. So when I go in public and somebody comes up on my left side, I'll see them before I hear them. And even though I've been this way a long time, it startles me. And I learned a long time ago not to go anywhere without my stress relief cream. It just helps. Days can be overwhelming when you're a formulator. And because of the ringing in my ear, I hear things like on a couple of second delay. I'll explain in case this affects you, because I know a lot of viewers have asked about tinnitus and vertigo. This is about vertigo as well. So all consonants rhyme, B, C, D, G, T, P, all of them rhyme. So when someone says something to me that I'm not reading, what I hear is everything that rhymes. And so I'm on a multi-second delay where I'm like, okay, I know they didn't say elephant, so what rhymes with elephant? What did they really say? What this does is it calms my brain. It works as an acetylcholine jumper, and all that means is it tells my brain on the receiving end, it's going to be okay. You're going to catch up. You're still very quick. You're going to figure out what they said. You're going to be able to answer, where most people are just figuring out how they're going to respond to somebody. My body's having to do all of that. If I didn't have this by the end of the day, there's not enough magnesium night cream that would help. So if you have anxiety, if you have vertigo, if you have hearing issues, there's all kinds of things. This will even help with digestion. So I love mixing this with the Terminator Pain Cream or the nighttime cream and putting it on my body. Next up, carrying size, 2 ounces, perfect for travel. They're not going to say they're not going to take this away and make you throw it away when you go through the airport with this. Next up, the 2-ounce stick and the mini stick. And again, think about the holidays coming up and gifting things to people. It's so much better than giving Dad a pair of socks or another tie. Give him something he can actually use. Next up. Okay. Immunity. We're back to immunity. Let's talk about these tinctures. I find it hard to believe that there's anybody in the United States that has not heard of elderberry and echinacea, which is coming up next. This is like, they're 2 peas in a pod. They do very different things in a similar fashion. So if you are trying to prevent you or someone you love or your household from getting sick, the best way is to prep. It's to be offensive instead of defensive. So elderberry and echinacea together, please read the drops on the back of the bottle to know exactly how many to get. regardless of age. Yes, this is safe for children. Just be very specific with the dosage and for how long it tells you that you can use it. Because echinacea and elderberry is going to go in. It's going to clean out some of the gunk that's already residential there. It's going to help you breathe better. It's going to help your lungs. It's going to help breathing. It's going to help sinuses. It's going to help. It can help with visual issues. All the stuff that's going on, that's going around, whether you believe germs are real or not, whether you believe they're man-made or not, whether you've got problems coming on by protozoa or morgellons or any kind of parasite, this is the defense mechanism that helps block. This is what its job is, to help block and to build up your immune system. Now, there's two thoughts of camp on that. Some people believe that the immune system can't be built. Some believe it can be. I believe that it can be, and I'll tell you why. In the cowboy and Indian days, they lived to be 30, right, 36, and it wasn't always just because they were shot. It was because they didn't have good water. They didn't have good soap. They didn't have good hygiene. They didn't have all these things. They certainly didn't have elderberry echinacea tinctures. Now, the Indians did, and they knew, but we didn't. So we learned a lot from them. So the thing about these tinctures that I love so much is that, number one, they're full strength. There is not a drop of anything in this bottle except organic vodka. These are alcohol tinctures, this set is, and organic elderberry. And when I say organic, I don't just mean organic. I mean organic, certified, third-party tested, not a single pesticide ever touched these elderberries. Then Granny put it in a micron violet glass. It's hard to see here, but in the light where the container looks black, looks a little purpley. And the reason that we picked that, you can only get that glass out of Holland. It's the one thing that we sourced. It's not from the United States. But the reason we did that is because we didn't want to have a pure tincture and not protect the frequency of the herb. That's very important. Everything vibrates. Everything has a frequency. We just can't see it with a human eye. You can see it under certain levels of microscopes. So we wanted to protect the tincture herb frequency, just like the slow melt factory. This is similar to that, and put it in a glass bottle that was made to protect it from every type of light, UVA, UVB, any type of light does not make it through this bottle. Now, that does not mean it's okay to leave in your car and the temperature to go up. I didn't say that. I said it protects the bottle from light. The reason that's important is most tinctures come in amber bottles, and that's okay. If that's what you want to do, it's okay. But amber bottles cannot last more than 1 to 2 years. They just cannot. They're not protected in any form. Also, the herb goes there to die. There's no protection of the frequency of the herb. And 99.9% tinctures are not full strength. They're just not. They've got stems. They've got things that shouldn't be in there. And that's the bottom line thing. And that's what I was talking about, Michelle. Michelle's like, nope, I want the best glass. I want the best herbs. I want third-party tested. I want certified organic. I want all of this. She did all of that before this came to market. And if you're already reading the reviews on her tinctures, you'll see how wonderful these are. If you do not have elderberry in your wellness kit at home, that's what you need, because elderberry, echinacea, and we're going to talk about the yogurt probiotic body veil coming up here in a minute. Those three things, in addition to washing your hands, and we'll talk about that at length in just a second too, it's going to go a long way toward helping your family stay well this fall and this Christmas, when God only knows what they're going to unleash on us next. Next up is the echinacea. Again, you'd have to live under a rock not to have heard of echinacea. This is pure echinacea, just like that was pure elderberry. If you have to get one or the other, if your finances are such that you just need to get one bottle, the good news is you can't go wrong. But if you can, these work very well together. These are those twofers I was talking about. They take care of you two totally different ways, giving the immunity the strength that it needs. Think of it as mesh. Think of it as metal for immunity. Things have to get through them to get to you. That's what these are for. They're reinforcements. Okay, next up, I think, is the yogurt. No, sorry, the oregano leaf. Now, let me tell you why this is important. Oregano was the first tincture that we launched, and we did it on purpose because tests showed that when people were sick with allergy, cold, and sinus, with the flu, with bronchitis, with pleurisy, with any of those things going on, that this cut the length of the sickness, sometimes by 2/3, but certainly in half. The issue is you have to catch it early. So if you feel something uncomfortable coming on, just that first beginnings of funk, and you start this immediately, I can't promise you anything, but I can tell you that you're going to feel better much sooner than if you'd started it later. If you can only buy one tincture today, buy this one, because a lot of people won't do preventative and they won't do maintenance, but they'll do heat of the moment. This is your heat of the moment answer. Okay, next up, I think it's mullein. Love this one. So if you have asthma, if you get bronchitis a lot, if you get winded a lot, if you vape, if you smoke, if you used to vape or smoke, any of those things that cause lung issues, this is your go-to. If you research mullein, when you leave the show, write it down, M-U-L-L-E-I, and go research that and look at everything that it does. But mainly, if you're wheezing, if you can't breathe deeply, if you're worried about pneumonia, if you're worried about pneumonia prevention, this is your thing. Same, full strength, organic, certified. The violet glass lasts 5 to 10 years, 5 years in the car if it's hot, 10 years in your house in the closet, 7 years in your house in your kitchen window. Very big deal. How long? So you're making an investment in your health. These things aren't going to go bad quickly. Okay, next up. Ashwagandha. Oh, ashwagandha is my friend. So we use ashwagandha in all of our stress products, in all of our anxiety products, in all of our sleep products, all of those things. Burnout, menopause, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha root, as opposed to the other parts of plants that the competitors use, is all that you need. It does everything. It's like a nervine. And what that means, it's a natural relaxant that goes in and tells your body everything's going to be okay. It too is an acetylcholine jumper, which means it kind of gives the brain a catcher's mitt, so to speak. So anytime an anxious thought or a stress-filled thought or can't sleep thought, your mind won't cut off. This is for you to help you sleep at night, but it's also wonderful for any type of stress, for any age. I just ask that you be very careful about the directions on the side of the bottle to follow it explicitly. Next up, licorice root. We introduced this, I think, on the last show, and I said this was my favorite tincture, and it is. Now, that changes from time to time based on what my needs are. The reason I like licorice is like, if my life is a chalkboard, and there's a lot of static on it because I have way too much to do on my to-do list. Licorice is the thing that keeps me out of jail. I know this is a family show. Licorice is the thing that keeps me from harming people, places, and things when I'm burnt out, when I am completely just disgusted with life and I feel like I can't do one more thing on my to-do list or make small talk with one more person or answer one more email or text. This is my go-to. And what I love about it, first of all, I don't like licorice candy, but this doesn't taste like that. Now, none of these tinctures taste fantastic. That's not what they're for. They're to heal you. That's what they're for. This one works so quickly. I can't get over it. So this is the one. I use all of the tinctures, and I have favorites, like I said, for different reasons, depending on but this is my daily go-to. So I've also found that if you use licorice and ashwagandha together, that's just peace in a bottle right there. Okay, next up. I'm sorry, we're already at 50 minutes in. Okay, now we launched this at least a year ago, and I need you guys to understand, I don't talk about it every show, but I will if I have to, because I don't think some of you understand. Yogurt, you cannot eat enough of it to do you any good. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot eat enough yogurt to do you any good. With prebiotics or probiotics, you can't. Even if it's real yogurt, which it's not. This is real yogurt. This is real Greek cultures. These are live cultures. This product is living. This product is vibrating. Okay. What yogurt does, my lifelong best friend, she's a certified raw food nutritionist. So even though she hadn't been able to stop me from drinking sweet tea and eating gravy, she has taught me what I can and can't put on my skin. As a preacher's kid, I used to have to go to every nursing home, hospital, funeral, wedding, baby shower, whatever, growing up. And we were constantly sick. We didn't know any better. And so several years ago, I called her and I said, there has to be a way, if we cannot eat enough yogurt for it to make a difference, for us to have a topical that I can pull into the bloodstream to give us enough prebiotic and probiotic to actually do something. She goes, you're on to something. It took us a few years to get this product just right. Now, during COVID, during whatever that was, I'm telling you that this, I don't care, y'all just get on to me, this saves people. I'm not promising it's going to save you. I'm not going to promise you if you use it, you're not going to get sick. I'm going to tell you this is your best chance to keep your kids from bringing stuff home from school and giving it to you. So how does it work? You wash your hands, you wash your body. You put this on in the morning before you go out, and you put it on exposed skin. So that's certainly your hands. I love to put it on under makeup because it's also an incredible anti-aging moisturizer that fights wrinkles. Yeah. And then here's the nice thing. It stays on through multiple washes. You can feel that it stays on. You don't have to take my word for it. The only thing that'll take it off is a certain amount of washes, which is different depending on what kind of soap you use, or if you use hand sanitizer with alcohol in it. What I love about this is the reason we call our probiotic veil. It puts a layer of protection between you and everything that's not you. So put it on kids' faces, especially nose, mouth, right around the eye area, and their hands before they leave to go to school. I promise you, this is important that you hear me, that you heard that. Okay, Ron, next up. Only got a few minutes. I'm sorry. Magnesium Boost Day Bar Soap. Okay, so now we've talked about sleep. We've talked about stress. We've talked about immunity. Let's talk about what to do when your kids wake up. This soap is full of lion's mane, vitamin B12, and some other things that are going to give them an uplift for the day. It's got Focus Blend in it, which is some important essential oils for people to pay attention for ADD, ADHD, all of those types of things. And remember, a little bit goes a long way, but if you can soap up your body and leave it on, tell them to leave it on for a minute or two before they wash it off, it will be very, very helpful. Next up. Same thing with the cream. The cream is stronger. This one is very important to put on kids before they go to school. Put some on the bottom of their feet, in their belly button, the back of their neck. You can put it anywhere else too. It's a wonderful moisturizer. It's got vitamins. It's got several kinds of vitamin C. It's got cucumber. It's got colloidal oatmeal. It's got sea moss. It's got all these wonderful things in it. But what I love about it is the guarana and all of the natural things that are natural coffee for the body without being coffee for the body. So this is a little bit of a wake up. It's not a jolt. There's no crash. It's particularly good for school-age children. As if you're an adult, just put on a little more. So it comes in a 2-ounce tube. That's easy to travel, easy to gift, wonderful for the holidays. Next up. And then, of course, the mini stick. I think I have one of every mini stick now. I don't ever want to be without these. It's a very affordable way to try a product before you commit to a larger one. They make great gifts. Think about giving this to your kids' teachers for the holidays or for birthdays or for whatever reason you've got going on. It makes a wonderful, very affordable gift. Next up. Oh, we're coming back to me. Okay, well, that means we're getting close on time. Make sure that I've gone over everything I was supposed to. I want to remind you that if you're looking for something specific for allergy, cold, and sinus, for the head and migraine ease, for the stress relief, there are bundles online. That's where you can go. And let's say that you and maybe a neighbor, or you and your sister, or you and a friend, you want the cream, she wants the stick, she wants the bath bomb, she wants the bar soap. It's a nice way to save money and go in and get everything you need for that particular need of the day. Now, I know this is the allergy cold salt. Oh, that even includes the bath salt soap. That's my favorite thing out of there. I like the cream and then that. I don't know. The bath bomb is really good too. Anyway, they all smell great. They're eucalyptus globulus essential oil. They're wonderful not only for allergy, cold, and sinus, but again for coughs, aches, fevers, sore throats. Great for all of those things and congestion. Are there any other bundles, Ron? He's thinking. Okay. Well, coming up, that has to be stress relief, right? Yeah. So, I love these too. The cream is always my favorite. The fizzy bath powder, that's amazing stuff. Because what I love about that is you can not only put it in your bath, but you can put it in a foot soap, which is wonderful. You can put as much as you want, use as much as you want. And if you're still going and getting your nails done, if I hadn't taught you how to do that yet, take this to your favorite nail place and ask them to put this in instead of that cheap stuff from China that they put in while you're soaking your feet. Those are wonderful. That's such a pretty. And which is this one? The headache migraine remover. Oh my word, who doesn't need that? This is a wonderful formula. If you are someone or you know someone who has migraines or headaches, this is the ticket for them. Those are all beautiful products. I don't know that I have a favorite in this because they all work in different ways. That sticks really good to travel with, though. That sticks really good. Thank you, Ron. Are there any? Okay. So what I want to do, I know I've missed a ton of questions, and Michelle told me to keep this short. Can I go back and review questions real quick? Okay. All right. Terry Blueberry. What a cute name. I just love the Godly Granny products. They're so clean and beautiful. I'm literally expecting my next order to be delivered this afternoon. I'm a lifetime Godly Granny girl. Villa Pen 9902. Can't wait to meet you on October Eve at Michelle's Beauty Boot Camp. I will be there. K Byerly 15. Can I use more than one tincture at a time? Yes, you can. Let's talk about that for a second. Never go more than the drops on the back. Don't do more than 3 tinctures at one time. Don't mix anything with wormwood other than clove and something that's about to come out. If you need to write that down, it won't kill you if you do. But if you don't have Godly Granny's activated charcoal, the 2 binders that are about to drop, she'll tell you all about that. Now, let me talk to you about tinctures and binders. If you are taking, say, an echinacea and elderberry tincture to protect yourself from getting ill, don't take a binder after that because that will also pull that out. You're taking a binder after your anti-parasitical and anti-cancer tinctures. That's what you're doing. Because if you don't, you're going to have what's called herxing symptoms. Herxing is the die-off from the things that are causing those issues, be it parasite or Morgellon or fungi or mold or whatever it is. That breaks up in your system and your body has to flush it out. And that causes herxing symptoms. And herxing symptoms are what we call mini crises, M-I-N-I, not M-A-N-Y. So that could be things like waking up with eye boogers, waking up with a scratchy throat, waking up itching, waking up with gas and bloating and diarrhea, nausea, vertigo, all those things. That's what the binder is for. But the binder will also pull out good things. So make sure you time your binders that are for anti-parasitical and anti-cancer a couple of hours before bed so that you take them, and then 2 hours later, 2 to 3 hours later, no window has to be at least 2 hours, you take your binder, then you go to sleep. You want to take those at night because that's when the creepy crawlies are active. The second thing is your things like echinacea, elderberry, the others you can take throughout the day, but you really want to take those in the morning. Don't take the binder after because you're going to be pulling out the good that is that as well. Okay, if you haven't tried, this is Terry Blueberry. If you haven't tried the Sea Mineral Skin Silk, you best get on it. Oh, it's just heavenly. That scent is so fresh and so good. Christ believer. So looking forward to coming to the boot camp. My daughter is coming with me. That is wonderful. Oh, I can't wait to meet y'all. Tanya Jones, I can't wait to meet the people in person that have changed my life. Well, we can't wait to meet you either, Tanya. Cousin, I can't wait to meet you, Eve. I'm looking so forward to it as well. Well, Cousin, I feel like I don't have a clue what you look like or what your name is, but I know Cousin. I know that name. Christ believer. My friend that lives in my home went to the beauty shop today and told the hairdresser about Godly Granny. Thank you. Word of mouth is always a wonderful thing. NH Mama, I am loving the tinctures. My mother-in-law just had a knee replacement, and the dandelion tincture is fantastic for her swelling. Yes, and the other thing it does, I don't know what the knee's made out of, but dandelion is wonderful as a blood purifier. Yes, you heard me right. NH Mama, the oregano tincture recently healed myself and my daughter from summertime colds. Absolute truth. It will cut down the number of sick days. I love the Granny Goo. Now, see, here's an adult using it. My favorite is Lion's Mane Magnesium one with vitamin D. Smells so good. Oh, whoever G92021, she's like me. She loves the lime first fruits. Jay Churchman, my favorite is orange. That's good. Marguerite for me, lemon. So we got one of each. Grammy 114B7G. My favorite is orange. Oh no, I mean lemon. I love them all. But you mentioned my favorite first. If y'all hadn't tried that lime. Whew. BB Me, love the magnesium creams. They have changed my life. Thank you. Miss Georgia Girl, I bet you sound like me. I use the Magnesium Boost Night Cream every night. Tanya Jones, I have a question. I've been feeling a little off for a few days, so instead of putting the oregano in water, I just drop it in the back of my tongue. That's actually the best way to take it. I know it doesn't taste great, but that's as sublingual as it gets, and that goes straight to the bloodstream. BB Drywall, I bet I know what you do for a living. What tinctures would be helpful in cancer diagnosis and or remission? Also, what is the highest magnesium product Godly Granny has? Okay, the highest magnesium product Godly Granny has just two. That's the Terminator, and that's the Deep Tissue Muscle Relief. They both have 6,000 milligrams. That is the cream in either size, the 4-ounce jar or the 2-ounce tube. And the Terminator may come in the 8-ounce jar as well. Cancer diagnosis. Let's talk about that for a minute. I don't know what kind of cancer that they're calling it. I will tell you that after a cancer diagnosis, I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you what I would do. I would do wormwood and clove at night with a binder. And then I would do dandelion and oregano in the morning. And I would do mullein at midday. And I'm going to leave it there so that we don't get in trouble. You can go back and relive that if you need to. Miss Georgia Girl, I could tell the ashwagandha was working after the first night. That stuff is strong. And that's what I love when we don't have to wait forever to start feeling it. NH Mama, does the Magnesium Boost Night Cream stop tinnitus? No, ma'am. I'll be honest with you about that. At this point, nothing stops tinnitus or tinnitus. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's not an ear issue. It's a brain issue. So don't let somebody tell you it's an ear issue. And I am working on it. And I work on it all the time because I suffer from it and my son suffers from it. There are things that help you deal with it better. And that would be the ashwagandha tincture and the licorice tincture and the magnesium night cream. Those three things. G9 2021, when you take two tinctures, can you put them in the same glass or do you need to take them separately? Same glass is fine. Doji Queen 51. The yoga probiotic cream is marvelous, isn't it? I love the consistency of that. It's just not like any other butter or cream I've ever felt. Works great on the kids before they go to school. Love it. Can you use wild yam cream in place of estrogen? We get asked this a lot, and I'm not sure why. Wild yam cream is going to make your body make more estrogen. And if you've had a hysterectomy, it still knows what to do to go in and fortify. How do you dosage the sticks on wrist or wherever you are applying? Okay, let's talk about that. It depends. You can't go wrong with any soft tissue, which is the inside of your wrist, the inside of your arms, the inside of your thighs. If it's a pain, you can also put it on the area of pain, but always on the bottom of your feet, your belly button, the back of your neck for everything. Can you make the yogurt veil with sheep milk? Surprisingly, I have a sensitivity to goat milk. I don't know. I'll talk to Granny about that. Never tried. Z, a mom to have. You had a chance to look into vitamin B toxicity for people with neuropathy. Yes and no. It's just a very strange question. And let me tell you why it's strange. First of all, I've never met anybody who was actually allergic to real vitamin B, but I've met a lot of people who are allergic to man-made vitamin B, and this is real vitamin B. I'm not telling you to try it at all. But if you did, I would just do a small test. So there's my saying. God's ingredients are real, man-made is not. Godly Granny, this is from Carol Tank, has been a game changer for me and my 70-year-old skin. I'm getting comments on how good my skin looks. I will be a lifetime customer. Also love the tinctures. Thank you for that so much. I'm going to close here. If I seemed a little nervous, I haven't done one of these shows by myself in a really long time. And there was a lot I wanted to say. I didn't know if you'd show up without Michelle. So if you came without her, thank you. I know you guys are wishing her well. She's seeing your messages. She knows you've been praying for her. She is feeling better. We're eager for her to get back too. Trust me, this chair feels real lonely without her. And Ron, thank you for everything you did today to walk me through the show and how it's done. I hope you guys have learned something today. If there's anything that I can do for you, please reach out to Godly Granny and she'll make sure to get in contact with me about it. Thank you so much.
Ever read the ingredients on your everyday products and think, wait, is this shampoo or a science experiment? If your lotion needs a translator, a lab coat, and a warning label, it might be time for a change. Godly Granny products are made with purpose, love, and ingredients you can actually recognize. No mystery chemicals, no toxins, just clean, simple goodness. The way Granny would have wanted, because your skincare shouldn't require a chemistry degree. From shampoo, lotion, skincare, and all natural health remedies, Godly Granny has everything your family needs. It's no wonder we have over 1,200 5-star reviews from our amazing customers to prove it. Join the families just like yours who've switched to Godly Granny. Visit godlygranny.com and sign up for our emails to receive a special discount code for 10% off your first order, plus exclusive updates and information on newly released products.
Hi, I'm Linda Bamber Olson, the inventor of the Wave Watch, the world's first frequency therapy watch. It features over 1,100 targeted frequencies combined into 150 playlists for ease of use. These sounds are acoustical and they move through your body, through your skin and your bones. You don't necessarily have to hear it. As each frequency goes through, it can be realigning, revitalizing, reconnecting, and even rebalancing your body all the way to the cellular level. So that's why we have so many testimonies for aches, ADD and ADHD, allergies, colds and flu, dental, emotions, headaches, joints, kidney stones, nerves, organs, skin health, swelling, tremors, vagus nerve, and so many more. Use this code for $100 off when you purchase the Wave Watch. Thanks for learning about frequencies, using them, and supporting the Wave Watch.
Universal Coin and Bullion is my partner for gold, silver, rare coins, and precious metal IRAs. For over 30 years, they've helped more than 500,000 customers and completed over $2.6 billion in precious metals transactions. They're offering callers 2 1-ounce American Silver Eagles and a 1/10-ounce American Gold Eagle at actual dealer cost. Call Universal Coin and Bullion today.
For Michelle's social media links, go to michellemooreshow.com.